The 57th Annual Grammy Awards air this Sunday night at 8 on CBS. One of the bands that's going to be sweating it out in the crowd, waiting to find out if they win a Grammy, is Cage the Elephant. We got a couple of guys from the band in studio with us. Right now, I think Matt is here. Jared is here. Hi, guys.
How's it going?
How are you?
And the rest of the guys are down the hall in the Red Bull Sound Space, where you'll be performing later. Who's sick? I understand you guys are down a man.
Brad, he caught some kind of stomach bug thing or something
Matt's
like that.
brother is sick.
Yeah.
That's going around.
You can't come back from that, man, these days.
Yeah.
Nah.
That's a bull like,
done.
man. It's going around.
He's done.
It's a death sentence.
Should have got vaccinated.
You didn't take him to Disneyland, did you? Because everyone's getting sick going to Disneyland these days.
Yeah. We actually did. Crap.
There it is.
See?
There it is.
That's how it goes.
All right, listen, I mentioned the Grammys. You guys are you're professionals. You're on your third album. You've been around for, how long? 10 years, whatever it's been you've been playing together. But it's got to be like a dream come true when the phone rings or however you find out that you've been nominated for a freaking Grammy. Tell me about that day for you guys.
I was actually sleeping in my bunk, and our bass player came in and pulled up in my curtain and woke me up and was like, dude, we're nominated for a Grammy. And I thought he was joking with me, but he wasn't, and it's pretty cool. I don't know. Actually, I'm just trying to keep my focus so that I don't cry, for in any scenario at the
Please
Grammys.
cry. I would love it if you would cry. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
They were
Especially, like the odds are that you don't win a Grammy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just the odds. And so you don't want to cry if you don't win, because that's even worse. Like at the Super Bowl, you see a couple players that when they lost, they're like, you can tell they're convincing themselves not to cry.
Here's what you should do, though, is if you don't win, if they announce somebody else, you should stand up and storm out.
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
just go up and accept it anyways.
Oh, good. I like that, too.
Like in Zoolander.
Yeah. Hey guys.
You're right, because 80% of the people in every category are losers. I mean, that's
Exactly.
just
That's what I'm
odds.
saying. The odds are against you.
Now, let me ask you about this, and forgive me if this is too deep a question for this hour of the day, but are you comfortable with music being judged like this? Like, is it fair for somebody to say that your album is better or worse than Jack White's album or Arcade's Fire album? Or is it kind of a ridiculous premise to begin with?
I feel like if it was a majority of people in America actually voting on it, then it's probably fair.
Right.
If there's a poll.
If there, as long as it's not like 12 people around a table, like, all right, who's the best? If it was the majority of America, then I think it might be a little bit.
What if you
fair that way.
campaigned for it though? Like you went out and handed out suckers or whatever, knocked on doors.
Do people hand out suckers?
Yeah, I really want you guys to believe in our album.
Yeah, we got people standing on street corners with signs.
It's definitely an honor to be nominated. When you first start making music, I don't think it's something at the forefront of your mind to gain accolades or acknowledgments or whatever. When you first start writing music, it's to kind of to express some of the inexpressible feelings that are in the human heart and all that
meat
stuff.
chicks.
Yeah, and that too.
Well, you still
you're-
have those childhood dreams of making Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, winning a Grammy. when you're starting up in the basement, you have those thoughts.
It's funny because I don't know that's true for everybody. I think
It wasn't for me, honestly.
I think that's so far removed from where you probably are starting at that moment.
Oh yeah, but it's one of those dreams.
Crazy,
that's,
right?
When it does happen, you're like, oh my god, 10 years later.
Well, Matt said
I'm like, man, I just wanted to write music and find escape. And Jared's like, man, I'm trying to be famous.
Matt's lying. We've been playing together for 16 years, and we've had many conversations when we were teenagers about being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, dude,
winning a Grammy.
Whatever. There was one time where we were at
it.
CC's Pizza. And we just played a show. Actually, it was like a high school Battle of the Bands.
Yeah.
And we had came in second place amateur level.
So we won the amateur level.
Okay, so there was our high school had a pro level and an amateur level, and we won the amateur level. And we were eating pizza, and these girls walked by and looked at us, and we're like, they're looking at us because they know our band.
Yeah.
Well, listen,
anyway.
that's what
They were
everybody.
probably like, oh, that pizza looks good in there. Maybe we should grab a slice.
We are talking with the guys in Cage the Elephant here. They'll be performing live in a few minutes here on the Kevin and Bean Show. By the way, congratulations. Your song Cigarette Daydreams is #1 on the National Alternative Airplay chart right now, which is
thank you.
awesome. I'm the only one applauding, but we all support you on that, too. You're also appearing on the Conan Show tonight. While I'm on that mindset here of doing all the TV shows and the interviews and the traveling and the bills that you've played on, has there anyone that you've met in your travels who you have been starstruck by? Like you just couldn't believe you were in the same location as fill in the blank, Paul McCartney, whoever it was.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah, you remember
Adam Sandler.
When we first met him, I introduced myself to him as Cage the Elephant, and he didn't know our band, so he thought it was like some stage name like Dragon. He was like, "Nice to meet you, Cage the Elephant." I was like, "Oh no, that's my band." Blah blah blah. But he's really cool. He ended up sticking around and checking it out. It was on Letterman.
Plus,
awesome.
he's like exactly. In real life, he is how he is in his film. So it's like, oh my God, it's Billy Madison.
He really does wear. You feel like he wears his own clothes in his movies, don't you?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It was
exactly
crazy.
the same.
Plus, I've seen so many of his movies and stuff. When you see his face, it's like one of those.
I think I was that way about Dave Grohl too, though, when I met him.
Yeah, I can imagine if you're in music, Dave Grohl's got to be.
Yeah.
He's
amazing.
going on the KROQ Mount Rushmore of all time. I mean, he's just
he's amazing,
incredible.
dude.
So, all right, so Conan tonight, and then you hop in the van and you head down to the observatory in Santa Ana. You're performing down there. That show is sold out.
Are you still in a van? Because Bean said you hop in a van.
I think so.
Okay.
Maybe it's a luxurious van.
Yeah, it's a really nice
It's
van.
got bottles
though.
of water.
It's got mirrored ceilings and.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
A
And
disco
then
ball.
tomorrow
Red
and
lights,
Friday,
yeah.
you're going to be playing 2 more sold-out shows. That's at the Tower Theater in downtown L.A. Those shows are also sold out. So it's been a while since you've been here in Southern California. It sounds like people missed you.
Well, we missed them too, so that's why we're doing this.
Your album came out a year ago, December? Is that right?
October.
October,
Yeah,
yeah.
October.
A year ago, October. So
Yes.
is it bizarre to be thinking about getting an award for it now?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's. I
Well,
think
yeah,
it's
the way the
bizarre.
album process goes, too, you spend a year promoting it, so I'm just glad we released it in time to be nominated.
Right, exactly. Well, we are going to be
It
pulling
was
for
all
you.
part of the strategy.
That's good strategy.
Yeah.
We're going to be pulling for you this Sunday night on CBS on the Grammys. I hope they'll at least show you in the crowd, right? At a minimum, you got to show you in
Yeah,
the crowd. So if you
totally.
don't win, at least you get to be on
Unless
TV,
they're like
right?
doing something like picking your nose or something, then you don't want to be shown in the crowd.
Although Jared wants to accept it, so
Oh, yeah, I'm just going to accept
storm
every
the
award.
stage. I like it.
It doesn't matter what category.
Best female pop.
Yes.
We did it.
Dude,
Thank you, God.
you can totally take Ariana Grande seriously. You can knock her down and grab that
Oh,
Grammy.
right. Yeah,
Why
I'm
not?
going to.
Well, listen, we love you guys. It's always a pleasure to have you on the Kevin and Bean Show. We're so glad you stopped by today, and we're going to walk down the hall, if that's okay, to the KROQ Red Bull Sound Space and hear a little live music. How's that sound?
That's
Sounds
awesome.
awesome.
We're going to run down the hall.
All right. We'll be right back. We'll be right behind you after this on KROQ.
Thank you.